Hey everybody, welcome back to the Rift. Johnny here, and today we're playing Garen into a Yone. We're playing with the Conqueror page today, using the runes you see on screen. We're going to be enjoying Axiom Arcanist as we have been, but we play with the power of Conqueror today, and really trying to explore this rune. If you guys don't know, we can now amplify true damage with runes too, so even stuff like PTA or Conqueror technically got indirectly buffed by that for like true damage characters. So we're just gonna play around with it today, see how it feels. And if you're new around here, my name is Johnny. I'm trying to showcase the learning of League of Legends and showcase some replicable strategies for your own games too. Good. Get the auto on him, and we're just looking for level 2. We're about to get it, and we might be able to get a really nice trade onto the Yone here. But our main concern is actually just getting the wave in. Look, Yone is really chunked. Let's put a ward down right now. They have a cane, so we can technically be cheesed pretty early. Put a ward down. And now I'm going to police the last hits while trying to get my own last hits, right? So this last hit here. Okay. Couldn't punish it. Right. Pretty good overall when you think about it. Yone does not have sustain in his kit, and we do, right? So these trades really benefit us. Got the cannon. He might really want this cannon, by the way. All good. Timo is also around top side.
Fear not, I'm coming.
Okay. The wave is pushing into me, so we can actually afford to move. Okay. I'm okay with that exchange. Missed a few last hits here, but the wave's still in a good spot for us. And Yone was so low that he probably has to use his TP now. Actually, he doesn't have TP. So this Yone plays with Exhaust, which makes his 1v1 really strong potentially, but he does not have the ability to go back to base right now. Right. We get him that easily. So you can see he's like getting desperate, right? Because the wave is frozen. He's losing a lot of last hits. And he doesn't have a way to get the wave in. Did I really miss my cannon there? Come on, dude. Let's go back ourselves. So, we're playing with Conqueror this game. So I'm actually gonna opt for Berserker's Greaves. You guys know I pretty much run Swifties like every game, but I really think that this game, having some raw power with Conqueror and Berserker's Greaves, is gonna give me some really strong all-ins. So we're gonna go for that, and Yone is a very annoying lane, so I would be more than happy to just get into a proxy position and avoid him quite a bit, while also being able to expand our lead by getting either jungle camps or plates and things like that. So here the wave's pushing into me, so I'm gonna use the same trick as I did before. I'm gonna let it push into me and wait for Yone to go for last hits, and then try to punish him on the last hits. Oh, misclicked. Okay. Good shield by him. But I would argue he's still in a pretty bad position. Because the wave is going to slowly push into me. Okay. Oh. Okay, I completely misclicked there. He used the bush to disjoint my auto attack, so good job on him. But again, the wave's in a great position for me. It's pushing into me. Yone cannot access these last hits. Otherwise, I could kill him fairly easily, right? If he does walk up. Okay. Get the cannon. Remember that we permanently heal up as Garen, so taking those fairly equal trades benefits me overall. Yep. Got him. I think that he could technically have tried to flash away. I only have 1 point in Q. But still, yeah, he didn't react in time. We get a free crash here as well. And I think I want to look for one plate. Excellent. So we got level 8. He just got level 6, by the way. So I'm going to try to bait him into pushing the wave into me. Teemo's around top. But yeah, the main problem right now is that we have quite a bit of gold.
Forge onward.
Okay. That's really good. Yone used his E, so I'm just going to shove this wave.
We are the vanguard.
And try to get a recall. I have reason to believe that Kane is taking his camp topside, so I also don't want to risk going for a proxy here. Let's do this and this. There we go. So we still go for a Stride Breaker this game, pretty much. And they don't really have any like tank characters or anything. They do have quite a bit of healing on Kane. So I'm thinking the best build is going to be our standard crit build that eventually goes into Mortal Reminder. And I'm going to be pretty happy with that. We'll be able to delete the Samira and the Fizz as well, if we can ever get on top of them. Okay. Same idea as before. You see the cannon was going down, right? I think I missed my own cannon. That sucked. But you see like the idea that we want to punish on last hits. Oh, I got my ult on the wrong person. I wanted to ult the Fizz. That's okay. That was a 3-man gank, and even Thresh was moving top, by the way. So you have to understand that by doing this, they have opened up bot side fully, as well as mid lane. So we're getting plates everywhere. Ideally, we survived that, and then that would have been amazing, right? But here, Yone doesn't even get that much of my tower. I'm actually not that unhappy with the outcome. I hope TF can survive here. Maybe not. Okay. Oh, good. No problem. How did I... What? No way I missed that cannon, huh? Alright. Anyway, once again, Yone does not have TP, so if he went back to base here, which he did, we're just gonna be in a position to take plates.
Fear not. I'm coming.
We might even be able to stop him going back to lane.
Stay resolute. Our courage must never waver.
Gotta be a little bit careful.
Our deeds shape
Let's just get that. So every time you proxy, by the way, you pretty much always gain an advantage by default, in the sense that Yone now has to farm this upcoming wave before his next wave arrives as well. So like, he will never be able to get to my tower in time to get a reset himself. So I got items, he didn't. I'm once again going to be in a like item advantage position, right? We also in this case have XP advantage, right?
protect our land.
All good. We see Kane is around here. Should be able to just queue away pretty easily. All good.
This
It looks like we have someone AFK currently. Oh, is my mid laner Rage AFK because he died twice? Can you believe like how weak mentally people are? So you died twice and you're now like raging out of this game? That to me is crazy, by the way.
the scoundrels will pay.
Just mute my entire team. All good. No problem. I know that Kane probably is still around top, by the way, which is why I'm choosing to play a little bit safer. I'm happy to make Yone push the wave into me because that means I'm gonna be in a safe spot.
For Demacia.
Okay. Kane is still around. Okay. That doesn't do much.
Be just.
So when you identify that, you can like try to waste the jungler's time too, because every moment he's here doing this, first of all, he's inting his Yone by doing this, because he's literally taking Yone's farm and XP, right? But also he's not farming himself. So every time he does this, he's pretty much like inting his tempo. Right.
Faith in yourself.
I'm just gonna do that. Pretty much no way then they can kill me here. Sadly, my Teemo died somehow. Cool. Well, his E is down. I have a lot of gold to spend, so definitely my main goal here is not fighting, is just trying to get the wave in. Go. I'm okay if he freezes. He might think it's intelligent to freeze, but it's not. And I'll explain what I mean by that. So if Yone freezes here, he will deny me part of this wave, right? Or even the whole wave. But he ints himself because his HP is unplayable. His items are very poor. And he doesn't get a recall himself. So now he's actually like stuck in lane. I can either kill him or force him to go back. And I have permanent tempo onto his turret here. Oh. Ah, well, the game is a surrender. Let's go for a second game today. See you in a second. Hey everybody, welcome back, and this is part 2 of our Garen video for today. And now we're playing against a Darius, and we're actually playing with the Grasp page, which, as you guys probably already know, has been a really fun alternative that I like to pull out sometimes. And in matchups where maxing Q is really good, like for example, Darius, when you max Q, you get a series of benefits, like the fact that, you know, the speed up is increased, right? Let me try to show it here. Yeah, so your move speed increased duration goes up. And what that means is from the time you silence Darius, you have the speed burst for longer. And of course, you also do more damage. So we can force short trades with Grasp fairly effectively. The caveat to that is we have to play very carefully and only take trades close to our tower and have very careful wave management so that we keep the wave in the happy spot here. Okay, so with all of that said, let's get into it. And by the way, I hope you're having an amazing day. If you don't know me, my name is Johnny, and around here, my mission is to showcase to you the learning journey of someone trying to apply all the ideas and concepts of the game without having all the fancy mechanics to fall upon. See if we can get a... Oh. Okay. He's playing very scared, by the way. I haven't really seen a Darius play this passive before. Okay. Cool. Nice little trade here. We want to... Okay, I'm just gonna flash. And Q away. We're okay here. This is the problem when you get pushed into a Darius, is that he can run you down the length of the lane. So, you know, it can work when a Darius lets you get pushed into them. You can use the level up to get some good trades like we did. But yeah, the drawback of it is your positioning in the lane is going to be slightly worse. Okay, very nice there. Good trade. Once again, we only want short trades, very short trades. He's going for the cannon. Ooh, damn. I didn't space that correctly. Good job by him. Ah, I missed it. Ah. It's a tragedy. Missed a couple of very important last hits there. That's okay. Let's... Okay. Cool. Get our short trade there. He's getting very low on mana, as you can tell. And Darius has to worry about mana, while, of course, we don't. Sadly, my jungler died there in that exchange. So I use my W for his Q. And you can see we got him to use most of his remaining mana. So he's gonna be in a tough spot here. Very hard for Darius to play without mana, right? If he decides to go back now, he will lose the entire upcoming wave, which is amazing for me. So I can just freeze this right here outside of my tower. We're gonna heal up over time. Okay. And he's going to lose a lot of this cannon wave. Keep getting points into our Q. We're going to go for a full Q max, which can be a lot of fun, and I'm gonna showcase you guys.
What we do is right.
Just keep holding it here. So what's gonna happen, right? Darius lost a bunch of XP, so as a result, we're going to get level 6 much before him. And when that happens, we can look for an all-in with Ignite and my ult. With Axiom Arcanist, we do a bunch of damage with our ult. Of course, he was able to buy items, right? So he's technically stronger. But you have to take into account the level advantage as well. So that, coupled with the fact that we're constantly healing, that should give us a really nice advantage here, as long as we play it well. We do have to be a little careful. Nice spacing there. Oh, we got it. Wasn't perfectly executed, but honestly, we don't need to execute perfectly at this level, right? People are gonna make mistakes always. But hopefully you can see the idea of this playstyle and how it works. Now, I'm pretty much going to econ directly into my first item, which is going to be Triforce. So when you go for the Grasp playstyle, Triforce is your bread and butter. This is the item that really enables the playstyle, in my opinion. So we pretty much just replace Tribreaker with Triforce in this playstyle, and we love rushing Triforce if we can. If we are a little bit scared of the Darius, getting Swifties is an amazing resource as well. But personally, I'm not that big of a fan when you're playing the Grasp style, because it does delay your main item, right? Okay, waves pushing into us. Diana is doing a bit of an invade around topside. Okay. And again, you will see me trying to hold this wave, right? Why do I do that? Because we want to play in this pocket of the lane, which is where we're super safe. We can always take short trades with the Darius without being all-in by him. Right. So once again, I saved my W for that. Look at all the damage we're dealing just with Q, by the way. Oof. Pop my potion here. That was a little bit closer than I expected. A little bit too close for comfort. Darius still does a lot of damage, right? So we always have to be very, very careful. All right. So this wave will eventually push back into me. There's no need for me to stay around. I'm gonna get some potions, give me a little bit of sustain edge. That's another thing you always have to think about is, do you have potions over him? And in this case, I got my refillable. He has no potions. So not only do we have better items and level advantage, but I have potions over him. We're always gonna be in a good spot here in the long run. Cool. So the name of the game is going to be try to space out his Q. So we either Q into his Q, meaning we use the move speed burst from our own Q to go into his Q, or we just space it out so it doesn't hit us. It's also completely fine. Okay. We just keep this position here. Keep our grasp active as well. This is now a 2-level advantage over Darius. And, okay, didn't want to get hit by that, obviously, but not a big deal. Excellent. Once again, short trades. We get our Q damage onto him, and then we look to kite back. It's very hard for him to play around this too, unless he's already established a lead. Okay, I misclicked on the minion. Okay. I got his ghost, by the way. And you might see that I'm playing the resource. Oh, okay. Wasn't really expecting the Nocturne there, so I had to burn my flash to preserve my HP. But Darius might be dead. Okay. Unfortunately, we missed that. So I'm gonna let this wave collide. Sorry, guys. Ooh. Alright, let's just push the wave here. A little bit unfortunate.
I stand ready.
Okay. Just mute all pings. My jungler is getting emotional there. I understand that, you know, from my jungler's perspective, he wants me to drop everything and go to help him, right? But sometimes you have to prioritize your own wave state, and it's not your fault if the jungler chooses to take a 1v2 in a losing situation. Just play for yourself. That's my philosophy, at least. Cool. You can see Darius desperately wants to extend the trades, right? We can see Nocturne is going for mid lane. As a result, we don't have to worry about it. I'm gonna use my last potion here. Good spacing there. Good Q damage. He's now in my lethal range, by the way. I don't know if he knows that. Might not be able to catch up to him. I know that Nocturne ult is down, by the way, so in the back of my mind, I'm also not concerned about that. Go. W to reduce some of the damage. Put a little ward over the wall so we can see if the jungler is right there. Let's see if I can get away with recalling here. Enemies were taking the grubs there. Okay. Pretty close, not gonna lie. But Good outcome overall. Okay, let's get back to lane. I'm gonna snag this red buff. We're looking really good here. We got a 3-kill advantage already, plus CS, plus level lead. So we should be able to pretty much kill this Darius whenever he's further up in the lane. And even if we don't kill him, we should be able to expand our lead without killing him, which is also essential. I'm gonna put a ward down here because this is typically where Nocturne is gonna come from. And I'm fully expecting him to look to ult me at some point again. Sorry about the Discord pings, guys. Let me make sure I mute that. There we go. Sorry about that. Of course, we don't surrender the game. Okay. It's still a bit scary to walk past the Darius into a proxy position because I'm pretty sure his ghost is up, so if it turns out that someone else is around, we could get all in pretty easily, right? Look at how much damage we did, by the way, with just that 1 Q. Great, this is a big win for us. The Darius is going back, and of course he doesn't have TP, right? Doesn't play with TP, so he's giving away his tower here. I want to save my Demolish to potentially hit the next one. It's a little bit scary here, because we don't have information on the jungler. He could now be pathing top.
We fight for those who cannot.
So I'm just gonna slow push into hard push. So we allow the next wave to come in. I can farm this wave and the next in a safer position, while also allowing a little bit of time so that we can see where people are showing up, try to gather more information. Okay, very nice. And I can look to fight with my jungler here. Fine. Just Q ult, right? Guarantee it. Boom. Awesome. And now we got a lot of gold. So I'm going to try to shove the next wave. And then look to prepare for Dragon. So I'm gonna get people excited. Let's ping the upcoming Dragon here. We're gonna get this. Get the crit chance too. So the reason I'm prioritizing Mortal Reminder is that it actually does help against Darius quite a bit, right? Not only the armor reduction, but also the heal reduction. Pretty nice to have against him. Also, just gives me a ton of raw damage, which I do need to kill him effectively. I don't like getting hit by that, but we shouldn't be at risk of dying here.
Our courage must never waver.
Sucks a little bit for my ADC to die there. Malzahar is getting some push going bot. I'll try to just clear the wave here. Took a lot of damage just to do that. Okay, well, that's an interesting play. I think my jungler is pretty tilted, by the way. And you could tell by, like, the early mistakes she made as well. But yeah. I think I'm gonna look to play more on the side lane because grouping up doesn't feel like it's gonna be that great. It really depends because if we have like Nautilus, we can get some really solid team fights. So yeah, as you can see, actually we're winning that. Awesome. Why do people want to surrender, man? Who is completely demoralized on that? Oh. I think we had a similar thing last game, didn't we? Like the mid laner died a few times and just completely lost his mental capacity. Okay. We have to respect it. My team actually died mid lane, so we have no pressure. This is something you have to identify. As a split pusher, your job is to time your pressure with your team. So what I mean by that is if your team is dead or they recalled for whatever reason, if they're not on the map pressuring, you should not pressure deep either, because you can very easily get collapsed upon. And if you do get collapsed upon and die, you get nothing. Your team doesn't get a trade. They don't get like an objective, right? But let's say that at the same time as you're pressuring, they are pressuring Dragon or some other objective. If enemy team chooses to go for you, they are also giving up that other objective. So at least you're getting something in exchange. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay. So, for example, in this case, they are devoting resources mid to kill my team. So they're unable to defend my pressure top, right? So we can also time that in a certain way. Like right now, there's no other pressure, so they're all running to respawn top, probably, right? Especially if I stay there. But what I can do now is go back, buy my item, and then redeploy bot, and look to play for this other tier 2. And I think I'm gonna do something pretty rare this game, and I'm gonna go for a Hull Breaker. Because I really think with Malzahar, if you notice, Malzahar is pretty much playing alone all the time. We're not grouping up that much, and even when we do, it's pretty flippy. Doesn't feel like our team fight is that well coordinated right now. So I'm mostly gonna be looking to play for side lanes. Here they got 2-3 people bot, so we can look to get pressure elsewhere. I'm gonna signal my team to go back. And we can just continue to build our lead. Just play around objectives. Now the next dragon is a bit trickier because it's going to be the third dragon, which means we would really want to fight for it. What's going on here? Okay, that's pretty unfortunate. The reality of it is that my whole team's dead, right? So we're not gonna be able to contest the dragon no matter what we do. I'm also at the risk. Yep. Okay. I might be able to... Ooh. Yeah. Yeah. We was very greedy to go for that wave. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't recommend you replicate what I did here. The wave looked very juicy, but we paid a very high price. They had to commit everything, right? Nocturne ult plus like Darius Ghost, but it was worth it for them. I was definitely worth a good chunk of money. So not a good mistake to make in a game like this when like pretty much everybody's losing, right? 1-7, like 8 deaths here, 8 deaths here. We are one of the like hopes of the team, and so it is our job to try to make as minimum mistakes as we can. So that's okay. We learned from that. Yeah, team's getting caught there.
Never waver.
Nautilus is for sure dead as well. Yeah. So you can kind of see what's happening here. People are just getting caught in like a chain of death. Yeah, it's a tough one. When you have a really fed Veigar plus Kai'Sa plus Nocturne, there might not be too much more we can do, to be honest. My jungler is also just randomly dying there. That's okay. Remember, guys, that you're gonna have unlucky games like this. You're also gonna have the opposite sometimes. So always remember that we tend to fixate on the bad stuff. Don't get discouraged. Your luck will also turn for the positive, and you can choose to be the one consistent thing in the team every time, right? So stay consistent, and we'll see you on the next video. Take care, everybody.